tu ser me obligó a azotarte tiernamente. Sin dolor no te haces feliz. Sin dolor no te haces feliz. Sin amor. Nadie muestro en la intimidad, pero esa forma de mirada que hay en ti me obligó a matarte lentamente. Sin dolor no te haces feliz. Sin dolor no te haces feliz. Sin amor. Tiernamente, sin dolor no te haces feliz. Sin dolor no te haces feliz. Sin amor.
All right, traders, how is everybody doing? Can everybody hear me? If you can hear me, please type yes on the chat. I would appreciate that. All right, cool beans. So how's everybody doing? How is everybody doing? You know, awesome. Rohit Kumar, thank you. So, if you are part of the VIP group, you know, I had a buy. I had a buy. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. I had a buy on the pound US dollar, right? That I closed a break even right before it came down crashing. So that was a good one, right? That was a good one. I mean, that was a good trade in my book because we didn't or I didn't lose money on it, right? So let's have a look at what we have going on at the moment. Team, right? We are 8 minutes away from the market open, and let's have a look at the news feed, right? U.S. bank launches Bitcoin custody service. That I mean, I don't care about that. Have a look at this. I don't know if you saw this. A big spike on the DXY today. Well, a couple of, 5 minutes ago or so, we had a big spike on the US dollar. It was due to this, right? Fed's Evans can see tapering being concluded in mid to autumn 2022. He was on CNBC and he said that, and that, you know, triggered that spike in the US dollar. Hi, Tanya, how are you? Right, so that is why we had that spike on the USD. So, right now, I closed my pound US dollar longs right before that spike, right? So I break even, so that was cool, right? And the thing about that spike is that it failed to break with the highs, right? Failed to break with the 94,050 level. That doesn't say much, right? I believe that when the market opens, bulls are going to come in, and we're going to see more upside on the USD. So we're looking for US dollar longs, but you know what? I'm not focused on US dollars. What I want to show you is this, right? First of all, let me show you my actual, hold on, my actual trade here on the US 30, right? I have a sell stop below the lows on the US 30, on the Dow, at around the 33,954 level of or so, with stop losses above the daily highs. And my targets are not the lows, but I think I'm going to be taking profits if I get triggered on this. Now, let's talk about the rationale behind that trade, right? Well, on the daily, I'm going to remove all these drawings. On the daily doesn't look like much. On the 4-hour chart, it really, really, really doesn't look like much either. But if we look at the hourly, right? If we look at the hourly, we have that retest of these previous broken lows, right? Now, to me, aggressively entering a short position here before the market opens is burning money. So that's why I have my stop losses below the lows here, because I want the immediate bullish structure to break in order for a bearish move to be triggered, and my stop loss is above the daily highs. Let's have a look at. You're still holding cat yen from the other day. Let's have a look at that. Well, mate, I'm going to tell you something about your cat yen, right? Um, that cat yen trade is a Japanese yen driven trade, and the Japanese yen is selling off, so that is bullish for the cat yen. That's what I'm going to say about that trade, right? So TJ says, "Hi, mate. I'm a member of all your VIP groups. I never miss your sessions, either on live or next day. Saying thanks because your way of teaching is one of the best. Waiting for your Forex course. Thank you for the kind words, mate. Thank you, thank you. You know, and this comes quite easily to me, um, because actually what I do is just, whenever I'm live with you guys, what I do is just I go through my rationality, out loud. Basically, that's what I do, and I appreciate that. It makes sense to you. So on the hourly is looking very bearish, right? The Dow. So I was looking between the Dow and the S&P 500, right? But what I didn't like about the setup on the S&P 500 is that the real retest of the lows of the previous broken lows is way higher at around the 4340 level or so. Thank you, AJ. Thank you. Right, Giovanni. I'm going to show you. Yeah, I'll show you guys my trade again. I mean, my order. My order. It's not a trade yet because it hasn't been triggered, but I do have this order here, right? Now, um, the market hasn't opened. The market is about to open in less than 2 minutes, right? So what could happen is this. We could get triggered, right? And the price could come up again and retest the previous broken lows. Also, what could happen is we could get a spike above my stop loss level, right? Which is fine because I am not in a trade at the moment. And if that happens, well, we're going to see what we do, right? But basically, it's a setup on the 50-minute chart, right? And prices differ from broker to broker when it comes to CFDs. So just look for these lows, right? And yeah, I have my sell stop below those lows. So I'm gonna put it a little bit lower actually because I don't want to get sticked in on on the open volume. So the market is about to open in 30 seconds, guys, and let's see what happens, right? I'm going to put on my squat, um, and right. YOLO is up 5% last month. That's awesome, mate. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Good morning, Christopher. Right, the market just opened. Let's have a look at what happens. Right, not a lot of um, well, let's have a look at the very, very low time frames because the market just opened, right? That's the cool thing, and this is the cool thing about using stop orders to get trigger on your trades, right? I really, personally speaking, I really don't like to, in this case, sell at market more so because we were pre-market, right? Well, just because there's no validation of further downside continuation. So let's see what's happening. Right. So sellers are jumping in, sellers are jumping in. Right. I'm about to get triggered on this short. This is a great, great, great thing. Oh boy, come on. Well, if price rallies, I'm pretty happy that I didn't get triggered on that trade, right? That's why you always need to leave a little bit of room on your stop orders below the level that you are validating your trade on, right? um, you know, it because it sucks to get triggered, right, on a short position and then just see price rallying hard. Now, this is, this bullishness that we're seeing on the 1 minute chart, right, doesn't make sense to me because of
Some
what.
commentary here from the IMF score Gaver. She says it's difficult to think of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies as money.
Right, because of what Evan said, right, that he could see tapering being
Just to
concluded
make
in
everyone aware,
mid
the
to
IMF score
autumn
Gaver currently
2022.
speaking on cryptocurrencies.
Right, I'm going to just mute this, right, because tapering, right, when the central banks start tapering quantitative easing, that is super, super bearish for equities. Why? Because during the round of QE, that newly printed money, right, and the interest rates being close to zero helps businesses grow or stay alive in this case, in this pandemic case. So let's have a look at what's going on with US equities. um, Pretty much, right? So the only one that is spiking up is the Dow. Wow, right. The other one that I had in mind, or that I had on my watch list was the Russell 2000, right? I don't trade the Russell too much because I don't understand it quite well. This is the Russell is small caps, right? Is the small cap index, and well, it's the only one that is really crashing. Well, I mean, you can never know what's going to happen, but I'm sticking with it. You know, I'm staying with that. I'm keeping that order alive. Um, yeah, unless price breaks with my stop loss level, I'm going to delete that order, and maybe I'm going to flip long. Let's wait and see what happens. Right, so let's have a look at the chat. Can you please say happy birthday to my friend Nick Gerd? Happy birthday, Nick! Yeah, go ahead, Red Zoken. Um, uh, are you going to be taking US30 trades? Well, I have a US30 trade. I have a pending order. I have a sell stop, right? Just below the spike lows. And I'm not going to take a trade. I'm just going to see if I get triggered on a short or if price breaks with my stop loss level, and if that scenario plays out, I'm going to be deleting that sell stop and maybe flipping long, but I don't think so. I mean, I do like the short side, or the short scenario on the Dow. Now, I'm going to tell you why I like the short scenario on the Dow. Yeah, sure, mate. Here it is. It's very likely that I'm going to be deleting it because bulls are strong. Bulls are really strong. South Africa in the house. But let's wait and see what happens. Let's wait and see what happens um, because I might just flip long here. So 0.35. Yeah, I might just flip long. But let's wait and see what happens. First of all, let me show you why I like the downside on the Dow, and more so on the S&P 500, right? I think that if you were yesterday on my show, right, I was looking at further downside on the S&P 500, and on the Nasdaq, more so on the Nasdaq. Actually, yesterday I told you about a possibility of shorting the Nasdaq on a retest of these previous broken lows. So let's wait and see what happens with the Nasdaq, right? And the Dow. Tina, no, I'm not gonna put this trade on Telegram. Sorry. Yeah. So the Dow, right? Why the reason that I'm sorry, I was looking at my other screen. The reason that I like the downside on the Dow is because again, um, I'm looking for further downside, uh, and for price to get to those power buy levels, right? All three major indexes are very close to those power buy levels. And the one that I really like is the S&P 500, right? So if you were not yesterday on my show, well, I just got trigger short on the Dow, people. Boom! I got trigger short on the Dow, and I am up. I mean, it doesn't matter how much I'm up, but yeah, I got trigger short on the Dow. Let's see what happens, right? This is the 50-minute chart. We're going to go a little bit lower. Um, yeah, I mean, this is looking very, very good. Right. So, yeah, the reason that I'm looking for, I mean, that I expect more downside on equities, on U.S. equities, because um, I mean, price is still in a pullback, right? And really, the a magnet level, let's call it a magnet level, right, of the big buy zone, it's still a little bit down. And the one that I love for a big buy is the S&P 500 after that 161.8 gets hit on a completion of that ABC pullback, and that is where we are going to be getting in long very seriously. So, yeah, we are short on the Dow. We are short the Dow, and I'm going to, I'm going to be very aggressive on how I manage this trade. Now, um, when I say this, what I'm trying to say is that if I don't see momentum, I mean real momentum, to the downside, I'm going to close the trade, right? But I'll keep you posted. For the time being, I'm still short, right? Let's have a look at the chat. When you send out your signals, does it matter what hour window we place the order? For example, no, it doesn't matter. I mean, what matters is the price levels, right? That's all that matters. Okay, so this is exactly what I was talking about, right? Now I'm going to wait for this 15-minute candle to close, and then I'm going to decide what to do with that trade. For the time being, I'm pretty happy with this short, right? Let's see some immediate structure in this market. Um, yeah, I'm pretty happy with this short. I'm going to keep this short alive unless, yeah, I mean, unless this 15-minute candle closes above this week or so. For the time being, I'm still short. I'm down on the trade a little bit, but that's fine. This looks very bearish. So, I mean, only ones I can't always be on show. Thanks, Tina. Yeah, I mean, Tina, the thing about this is that, this is a fast trade. This is a live trade. I'm not gonna be, I'm not gonna have the time to go to Telegram, type the thing, create the analysis, etc. So I'm not gonna do it, right? So we are like 4 minutes away from this candle to close. I mean, if you want to see the shorter time frame, why don't we have a look at the 3-minute chart, right? I'm pretty happy with this short position still, with the short trade on the Dow. Let's see. Yeah, and I don't think I'm risking that much either, so that's fine. Cool. So, if you have any questions, just shoot on the chat, mates. Let's have a look at other equities. The Nasdaq. Yeah, I wanted to have a look at the Nasdaq. This is the hourly. So the Nasdaq, I was looking at the possibility of short Nasdaq on a spike towards that 14,600 level. So let's see what happens with the Nasdaq. And the reason is that I mean I've been watching this. This flag, this looks like a flag. I mean, if it looks like a flag, it smells like a flag, must be a flag, right? And the impulsive moves are to the downside, if you notice, right? The first thing that you need to do is look at that. The impulses, where are, I mean, the direction of the impulsive moves, and as you can see, they're to the downside, right? Corrective moves are to the upside. So this move right here inside of this triangle or flag It's really a corrective move towards that 14,600 level, the previous broken lows. Now, flags or continuation patterns are not 100% um, or they don't work 100% of the time, right? I mean, the probability of further downside is higher than a reversal. So I'm keeping an eye on the Nasdaq right now. The Dow looking good. Still, I mean, I'm still holding the Dow. Um, Looking at the 5 minute chart, I mean, this 5 minute. Let's thicken this chart out, right? I normally don't trade the 5 minute chart or so. I'm just looking at the 5 minute chart because the market just opened, right? And this level is quite heavy. But I mean, this is the opening candle. Then we had this one, the bearish one. Yeah, I recommend this is the third one, the one that we are looking at right now. And this spike up and rejection to me looks very bearish. What I'm concerned a little bit about is this spike low. So let's see how this candle closes. Looking bearish. I mean, looking very good. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, this is looking super bearish. So there you go. We have a good trade in our hands. We do have a good trade in our hands. I'm going to delete this because I hate it. But we are not out of the water, you see. So let's wait and see what happens. In the meantime, if you have any questions, just shoot in the chat. How do we overcome losing out on profit while always waiting for TP, only for price to keep reversing at hitting break even? Right. That is a good question. And that is a good question because that is something that I myself struggle with. What you need to do, man, or Lisa, what you need to do is just focus on levels. Now, what I think you're doing is, um, what I think you're doing is trying to get big risk to reward ratios on your trades. And what you need to do, good afternoon, Daryl, how are you? What you need to do is focus on where you're going to be taking profits. Now, in this case, in this short position that I have on the Dow, where I'm going to be taking most of it out, if the downside plays out, is here. Why? Because this is the next key level, the next level of support. And you don't know, I don't know, no one fucking knows if price is going to break with this level. No one knows if sellers are going to be heavy enough to swipe with all the buy orders here. So that's why you need to take profits at the next level. Always, And the risk to reward ratio is on your setups, on your trades, is given to you by the market. So this fucking sucks. All right, we have a real reversal here. So yeah, I'm just gonna wait a little bit. Actually, you know what? I'm going to keep this trade on. I'm going to keep this trade on. You can do whatever you want, right? I'm just telling you what I am going to do. I am going to keep this trade on, and I'm going to stop looking at that 5 minute chart. And that's another thing. Don't look at don't watch the 5 minute chart. This looks very good. This is the hourly chart. This looks awesome, right? This looks awesome. So I'm going to keep it. So yeah, to answer your question, one, focus on the next key level where you're going to be taking profits and take profits, right? If what you want to do is try to swing trade, your position or whatever, take 80% off and let the rest of it ride, Get used to holding a position for long periods of time before trying to do so with your entire position. Yeah, can you please tell us your stop loss on this trade? Because I couldn't quite see it. Yeah, sure. My stop loss is above today's high. Hold on, right here, above today's high. And you know what? I think it's a little bit too tight. Yeah, it's a little bit too tight. So about 30, about the 34, yeah, 30, about the 34,000 level. So let's see what happens, right? Well, the hourly is still looking good. I do like this short position, this short trade on the Dow, right? So yeah, while we wait for this trade to develop, you can ask me any questions about my trading style, what I do, or whatever. That's why I am here for. Oof. Oh, a little bit tired. Right, I'm just looking at something here that I want to show you guys. Woof. Mhm. I'll show you that later. So, any questions? Yeah, no problem, mate, no problem. So, yeah, let's hold this trade. Let's see what happens. So, um, let's this is no, this is the Russell, right? Let's go back to the Dow and let's have a look at why we are sellers right now, right? Let's have a look at some levels here, some true key levels on the Dow. So the first one, of course, is the one that we are retesting. And if we go back in historic price action, on the hourly, I don't think that we're going to get there. But yeah, let's move to the 3 hour chart or so. Right, so if we go back in historic price action, you can see that this is clearly a key level, a historic key level on the Dow. And it's the level that we are retesting at the moment, right? Yeah, something like that. So, it's not only about the immediate level or the immediate broken lows, but also about the historic key level that we are retesting. Now, and what I like about this level is that this is where we saw big buyers jumping. Well, even with this fake, right? I mean, the first one was a 2.23 move to the upside. The second one was a 2.90, and this fake out to the highs was a 5.56%. So yeah, that's one of the reasons that I do like that retest. Now again, not you can never have a 100% probability trade. So uh, you know, and this is my trade, and this is my decision to keep that trade open. You can do whatever you want. I'm looking at my other screen at the 50-minute chart, and it's looking dire for shorts. I'm gonna tell you that. But um, that was my trade plan and is my trade plan, so I am trading my trade plan. Right, so BTC, Bitcoin struggling with 50K. Will there be more shorts get squeezed? I don't know. Let's have a look. Right, um, the last hour, well, we had a spike in Bitcoin. That's awesome. Right, hold on. Yeah, Bitcoin is really, really, really rallying. I have a ton of, I have a big position in Bitcoin. On the last hour, there hasn't been any liquidations in shorts. On the past 2 hours, um, just longs have been liquidated. Right. no, I mean, today was a little bit different than the last week. Yeah, I mean, positions liquidated in the past 12 hours are not really, really not that big. But I'm gonna show you what I have running in Bitcoin at the moment, um, because I'm building a big, 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 big position. So this is a 5 minute chart, though. This doesn't matter. I'll show you the hourly. So I have this buy, right, from last week. This is the buy that I didn't call it, right, but that I sent you the data on a possible short squeeze. I took like 70% off here. Then I bought more here, and today I bought three more times. You know, and hold on, I forgot to do this. And basically, if Bitcoin crashes, I will be I will be I will be stopped out of all of my positions at break even, right? But if Bitcoin rallies, mates, I am going to bag big, right? And on the daily looks extremely bullish. I really like this position that I have built in Bitcoin, more so because of how good, or I mean, or how big my positions, or how big I could enter long, with very little uh, risk on each and every single one. And it's looking awesome. So yeah, everything's looking super bullish in Bitcoin, my friends. Right, so this Dow is about to stop me out. That is really a bummer. But you know what? I mean, I'm not gonna panic close my position, right? I'm not gonna panic close my position. There's sellers here, but the highest probability is that I'm going to get stopped out at a loss. I'm gonna lose 1% of this trade. That's fine. That's fine. And I'm not going to, I just got stopped out. And I'm not going to chase the long side of this market, right? So that was, um, you know, you win some, you lose some, and you win some, you know. But uh, that was my plan from yesterday. And, you have to trade your plan. And that setup, or the setup that I traded, hold on, this one right here, right? Hold on, let me show you again. Um, right. So this setup that I traded here is a high probability setup, and I know that because I had done the back testing on the setups that I trade, and I would take this setup again and over and over and over on a vacuum because I know it has a high probability of success. Now, you don't have, I mean, don't be results oriented in the sense that if you focus on the results of one single trade, you are going to go fucking crazy, right? Don't do that. The reason that I'm so calm on losing one arm on this trade is because I know that on the long term, this setup yields about, I don't have the data here, yields about 5.2 Rs or something like that every 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 20 trades or so. I don't remember, but it's profitable, so I would take that trade anytime, right? Today it didn't play out, which is fine. And again, I would take it again and again and again and again because it brings money in the long term. So don't be result oriented. If you guys follow me on this short and lost money with me, well, I hope you have good risk management. And if you don't, well, that should be a lesson to you, mates, right? And if you want to be profitable in the long term, you have to journal your trades first of all, to find leaks, in your system and work your system over time, and you have to back test your setups. And when you know the math and the probability behind every single setup that you trade, you will be calm as a leaf whenever you lose a trade because data doesn't lie. And when you know the actual probability of success of your setup, losing a trade really doesn't matter because it's obvious that it makes money in the long term. Now, I'm not gonna watch the Dow anymore because um, it looks like it's rejecting again this level, but I'm not going to re-enter it short, right? So let's have a look at some other markets. I don't think I'm going to be trading anymore today, so oh, hold on, scratch that. Yeah, I don't think I'm going. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be trading anymore today, but we can have a look at the markets if you want. Now, the one that I was looking for to was this one, the Nasdaq. But the risk to reward ratio on this scenario is really not that good. It's really, really not that good. Let me show you short position here. Boom. And more so because I don't know if this is the actual high of the spike. So yeah, it's a 1.3 R, but with what we saw on the down, what we saw on the S&P 500, and on the Russell, etc., everything is looking quite bullish. Euro US, I'm sorry, Euro US dollar. Hold on. See, this is what I told you about the DXY failing to break those highs, right? That spike that we saw on the DSY, on the DXY was really, really, really just news driven. Now, let's wait and see what happens because technically speaking, we are in a bullish structure the DXY, and price broke with this massive bullish flag. So let's wait and see what happens. Should price break with the highs, we are definitely going to get in on a big rally. Euro USD. This is a market that I don't trade too much. Um, you have a position at what? At 116, but did you buy? Did you sell? I don't know what you did, man. So this is a market that I don't trade too much, right? Yeah, oil. Yeah, today I was looking at that market and yeah, there were some missed opportunities there. I'm gonna do oil just after going through the Euro USD. Right, so this is a market that I don't trade actually at all. And the reason is that uh, I'm I'm mostly a US dollar trader, right? And trading the US dollar against the euro, which is such a strong currency, really doesn't make sense to me. But let's have a look at what we have here. I don't know, mate. I mean, to me, it doesn't look like much. Um, Being a US dollar trader, I would wait for further upside on the DXY. Then I would look for sales on the Euro USD. But the thing about sales on the Euro USD is that we do have this big level here, right? It's not that close actually. Let's have a look from the lows. We're talking about 115 pips. Should price break with those lows? We are looking at the daily chart. Let's look at the 3 hour chart or so, whatever. Um, right. So, I'm sorry. Should price break with these lows? Uh, yeah, more downside would be triggered, in fact. And let's have a look at the R or this possible short. I don't know. Yeah, it's a 1.5 R, but again, I don't like the Euro USD, but if I were to trade the Euro USD on a US dollar driven trade, I would look for shorts on the break of the 156.28 or so. Are you on a nice island? Well, everybody is. Yeah, I mean, I spent last week at the beach trading, which was good because it was very profitable. Right. Oil. Yeah, I mean, I saw this today, and yeah, there has been some missed opportunities here. But right now, there's absolutely nothing that we can do with this, right? What can you do? Really, what can you do with this? Now, let's have a look at some levels on the hourly, right? So what I would want, and I don't know if it's going to happen, it's a retest of the 76.55 for these highs, right? This level overall, this would be a very nice zone to buy into some weakness for further upside in crude. But that's about it. Yeah, so the Dow continues to rally really, really hard. Yeah, I got stopped out at the right price level for a 1% loss. I don't know why there's traders out there that hide their losses. I mean, losses come with the territory. Hmm. Like I said, I would take that trade any day. So I'm going to finish up by having a look at the Aussie Yen. Yeah, this doesn't look like much to me either. Yeah, let's have a look at the daily, and I'm going to delete the drawings. Um, So, wow, yeah, this sucks. Right now, price is in a no trade zone for me, right? I would be interested of getting involved here. Should price break with the 82, retest the 82, and reject the 82 for further upside. Well, not all the way up here, but at least to the 84.30. Yeah, that's what I would want to see. Now, having said that, I don't trade. I don't trade the Aussie dollar. I don't trade the Aussie dollar, and I don't trade the New Zealand dollar. But if I were to take a trade on the Aussie yen, it would be a yen-driven trade. Now let's have a look at the yen. The yen is super bearish, so that's why, I mean, it's not super bearish, right? Hold on. Let me remove the drawings. Yeah, I mean, it is super bearish. So, the yen has depreciated from the pandemic highs to the lows about 16.70%, right? And right now, we are retesting a key level, and to me, this is just a pullback, right? So, well, right. It could be just a pullback, but we do have this massive area of support. But if you look at today's candle, yesterday's candle, I mean, it's looking very bearish. So for tomorrow, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait and see what happens here. And here is where I will look for a break retest to short the yen. I'm looking for shorts on the yen. I don't have a plan for longs on the yen. Maybe I will come up with a plan for longs on the yen should price reject this level again and rally, right? But coming back to the Aussie yen, um, me getting involved in this market would be a yen-driven trade. That's why I would be looking only for longs because I'm looking for yen shorts. You lost $24 on the US30. Well, mate, I lost 450. So, that's fine. I mean, if you can handle a $24 loss, this is really not for you. Yeah, gold. Yeah, sure. Let's talk about gold. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is the daily. You All right. Thank you, Power Pow. You are welcome. So yeah, gold. I haven't traded gold in a while. The last time that I traded gold was, I sent you guys the trade on the VAP. And I think it was on Friday that I took a long, and then I closed 70% or so on Sunday's open when it rallied. I think it was this spike high, some shit like that. I don't remember. But right now, it this market doesn't say anything to me. I want to short. I am really not keen on shorting metals. I'll show you that. I forgot about that, so I'll show you that. I actually had forgotten all about that, and I might just delete this one too. So I do have this buy stop in gold, in place. I have this buy stop in gold. I put it, I don't know when, I don't even remember when, right? So, but if price breaks with my stop loss level, I'm going to delete that order. The thing about this is that I am very bullish metals, right? I am not too keen on shorting metals at the moment. And yeah, if price on gold breaks with a 1771.30 or so, you know, we could see some really, really, really big bulls triggered a upside in this market. But that's my only plan. I don't have a plan for the downside in gold. More so because we have this level here, the 1728 level or so, right? Which is very close to where my entry would be on a short position, right? I'm not going to short. If price breaks with my stop loss level, I'm just going to delete that order. I am not going to short gold, right? More so because of this, right? The last time that we had a let's call this a flash crash, buyers have been picking up price at the same levels, right? Let's go to the weekly, and I'm going to show you that big level that I'm talking about. So that this is a big, big level in gold, right? That I don't think sellers are going to be strong enough to break. There's tons of buy orders placed here, and there would be tons of buy orders placed here should price continue to trend to the downside. And the reason is that risk is not off, obviously, but inflation is getting. Uh, it's dumb to say this, but yeah, gold is a hedge against inflation. You also have to look at T notes, etc. And it's very unlikely that gold is going to break with the 1700 level. And because I mostly focus on longer term trades, I just don't see any profitable moves for me to the downside. Now, having said that, to the upside, it's completely uh, different, right? More so because if we look at the weekly in gold, yep, right? If we look at the weekly in gold, this looks very much like a continuation pattern, right? Wouldn't you say? So that's why I'm trying to pick up metals, you know, not gold, but silver. Also, I don't know if you have noticed this, but there's a very, very, very nice flag forming on the weekly on the pound yen. I myself have a big position already on the pound yen. I can show you that too. Oh, boom. I do have I have a 1.5 lots on the pound yen. Um, pretty decent profits for the time being. But what I'm looking at is the possibility of a break of these highs of the one. 155 or 156. Let's call it 156. Fuck it, right? So just let's just measure the move, right? And I'm not going to be measuring from this low, but from this low, right? From this low to the high, we're talking about a 17.4% move. If we extrapolate that to the breakout, you can see that easily we get, I mean, we could be retesting the 170.75 or so. Now, that of course is pure um, technical analysis, uh, wishful thinking. But if a price on the pound yen break, I mean, and this market is very bullish, right? Um, uh, if price breaks with this flag, this continuation pattern that I'm showing you, I mean, the least that it could move is to the highs, and from the lows that I picked up my first position, I'm talking about a cool 700 pips or so. Of course, that if price breaks with this flag, it's very likely that it's going to break with that level, and we're talking about dale, a cool 1500 pips to the upside. So yeah, I mean that's why I focus on, I mean losing 1 hour on today's short on the Dow is really not an issue for me, right? Um, yeah, more so because I really like that. Actually, I was going to go live later today, just on a analysis session or so. But when I saw that opportunity, I told myself, yeah, I'm gonna go live today so we can trade together. Yeah, sadly, sadly was a loss, but you can't win in every single trade. But heads up to this. It's, yeah, I mean that's what I do. That's what we do. If you want to be part of that, the link is below this video. Gold is a hedge on the inflation. Have you heard of Mania, which I live in? Here, gold prices are so high in local currency. No, I haven't heard of that. I haven't. I have not. So, you want to see some other trades that I have running? Yeah, I don't have much actually. I have a bad trade in platinum, and that's it. Not bad trade, right? But it's in drawdown right now, and yeah, and Bitcoin. Oh, and this Bitcoin. That's about it. Building positions is what I do. You should learn how to do that. You lost 40% with the US30. Ah, so funny. What the fuck are you doing? Why would you risk 40% on a trade, mate? That wasn't even yours. Shit. Don't do that. I mean, let that be a lesson for you. Oh boy. And let that be a lesson for everybody. I mean, what the fuck? How do we enter Nasdaq or S&P 500? I don't know. Just click on the mouse. Euro Aussie USD can. Sure, I'll have a look at the 40%. Fuck. Uh, yeah, I mean, shit. What the hell are you doing, man? Let that be a lesson to you. You know, the thing about trading, and you know what? The thing about trading is this. Um, Whether you win a trade or whether you lose a trade, I mean, you remain cool. You have to feel calm. You have to feel nothing, right? You have to achieve that, mate. Whether you win a trade or whether you lose a trade, it's the same fucking thing, you know. Listen to that song, you win some, you lose some, it's the same thing to me. And that is completely true, right? Did you see me crying about losing that trade on? I even showed you when price hit my stop loss. Uh, did you see me crying when I lost that trade? No. Why? Because I don't care. I don't give a fuck if I lose a trade because I know that in the long term I'm profitable. Don't be results oriented. Uh, I mean, really, really search for that coolness where you don't give a fuck if you win the trade or if you lose the trade. Then I mean that is the zen zones. I mean that is where you make money. I don't know what the minimum stop loss is for Dow. I don't know. All right, so USD CAD head and shoulders. Let's have a look. I don't know. I don't see anything here. I mean, this market sucks to me. Where do you see the head and shoulders on the hourly, the 4 hour, the daily? Give me some hints, please. All right. Right, right, right. Okay. In the meantime, I'm gonna have a look at the Euro Aussie. Again, this is not something that I trade. Right, this is nothing. Yeah, but all right. If you want my opinion, USD CAD 4 hour chart. Let's have a look. I'll rather do the USD CAD on the 4 hour chart than the other one. Now let me just delete everything. I mean, it has been ages since I've looked at this. Where do you see a head and shoulders? I don't see a head and shoulders. Uh, I mean, is this the thing that you say that is a head and shoulders? I don't know. I mean, I hate trading head and shoulders because, mathematically speaking, it's the pattern that has the lowest probability of success. I don't know if you knew that, right? And head and shoulders, for head and shoulders to have a break even to win, all right, let me phrase it like that. Uh, for Head and Shoulders to have an above break even win rate, they have to be at the top of very strong trends. And here, I mean, if you're looking at this as a Head and Shoulders, this is really, really not a strong trend, given the fact that the neckline is here. So if the neckline is this, the actual trend is just this little bit off. And yeah, no, this is not good. Yup, this is not good, mate. This is not good. I wouldn't trade it. I mean, you can do whatever you want, right? But I would not trade it. Okay, so I have been live for an hour. It was a hit and miss on that Dow short. Let's have a look at, yeah, it's rallying hard. Everything is rallying hard. All equities. Yeah, it's hard. It was a hit and a miss on that Dow short, but it's completely fine. I mean, it's completely and utterly, utterly, utterly fine. Losing trades, it's part of the game. And like I told you guys, you have to reach that mindset that you don't feel anything whether you win a trade or not. And if you feel something while your trade is open, then you need to check yourself because whether you're trading too big, you're attaching yourself too much to the actual money that you are making on that open trade or that you are losing on that open trade. And I mean, that's the wrong mindset. Don't look, I mean, yeah, that's a wrong mindset. I'll just say that I don't want to get into a big trading psychology session because I'm kind of tired, to be completely honest. But I'll do one. I'll do one. I'll do one very soon. But try to achieve that spot. Try to achieve that zenness, if that is even a word, I don't know, uh, because it really doesn't matter whether you win one single trade or not. You know, what matters is the decisions that you take uh, towards that trade and managing that trade, you know, but the plan has to be already put in place before taking the trade. I know everybody has heard this: plan the trade and trade the plan. I mean, do that because that keeps emotions out of any decisions that you might take, right? And try to achieve that. This is a long, long marathon. I mean, don't try to make 100% on one single trade. That's not the way to do this. Small steps, man, small steps. But small steps will get you to a very cool place if you really want it, right? But you have to work on your mindset. That's very, very important because yeah, because you're dealing with money. You're dealing with winning and losing money, and losing money is really not um, something that humans take graciously, right, or easily. No, even more if it's not your money, or even more if it's your money, whatever, right? But the thing about controlling your emotions. And that's why I always tell you guys that you need to backtest your setups. You need to understand the math behind the setups that you trade. Because when you know the actual probability of success and the win ratios of the setups that you trade, and the markets that you trade, losing a trade really doesn't matter at all. Why? Because you know that on a vacuum, that setup, that trade on that market is going to print you money. So do the work. This is not an easy task. This is not an easy endeavor. It takes a lot of cojones to do it the right way. Yeah, but after the hard work, comes the beautiful island where you can chill. Right? Yeah, just some words of encouragement. And yeah, if you have any questions about trading psychology or anything at all, uh, you know, or if you want me to do something different on my live shows, I mean, I'm open to all suggestions. Just email support or comment on my videos on the YouTube channel or whatever. Right? I'm not gonna give you my phone number, but the way to contact us or to get your queries to me is through support email and the YouTube comments, right? I always read YouTube comments, even though you don't comment that much. All we get is some porn spam, and every single fucking day, right? So yeah, that's me. Thank you for joining me. Sorry about that trade, mates, but it was a good setup. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm very tired. My head hurts and fuck the markets right now. I'm done. My session is done, so I'm not gonna look at the markets anymore. I have my open trades. They are managed. Shit, they are managed. I have my open trades. They are managed, and yeah. I don't even look at my MT4, right, if I'm not in front of my computer. I actually don't even look at my MT4. I only open it for you guys, um, to show you my trades. So thank you for joining me. And all right, Mujib Abdul. Yeah, thank you for the kind words. I really, really appreciate it. And again, if you have any questions at all, if you or suggestions about my shows or whatever, you know. Yeah, just email support or comment on the videos because I do not have a crystal ball at all. as you saw today with my US30 trade, I don't have a crystal ball. So yeah, I mean, if you want to reach me, that's the way to do it. I mean, if you want to, or yeah, or just during my live sessions, right? You can ask anything. Cool. So thank you for joining me. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I go live every single day. Try to at least. And yeah, I'm trying to build this show up. Um, so if you enjoy it, right, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to get notified every time I go live. And if you want to be part of the VIP team, right, and get my info, yeah, because I don't know if you saw this or the video. Yeah, today I sent this to my VIPs, right? Again, possible short squeeze in Bitcoin when price was trading at, I'm sorry, below 49,000. And then, boom, price broke 50, right? So price was trading, I think it was trading around these levels or so, something like that. It was a very short, I mean, it was a very, it wasn't like last week, right? But still, I mean, there was room to make money, right? So yeah, I do send information to my VIPs that you are not going to get anywhere else. That can give you an edge to help you make money in the market. So if you want to do that, yeah, just subscribe to the VIP group with the link below this video. Again, thank you for joining me, mates. I really enjoy these sessions, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.